You're listening to international investment advisor Doug Goldstein on the Goldstein on Gelt show, the financial show where we'll talk about how you can make the most of your money. With all the confusing financial chatter bombarding you each and every day, Goldstein on Gelt will give you the practical information you want and need about living a financially stable life. Here's your host, money maven Doug Goldstein.
We are back. We are talking with Uri Scharf, who is the CEO of MATI, the Jerusalem Business Development Center. Uri was born in Jerusalem. He was educated at the Hebrew University, and he served 10 years as a journalist at Haaretz and 18 years as the CEO and part owner of high fashion and fur companies. So he certainly is well in tune with the business community in Israel. And Uri, I would like to welcome you to the show.
Hi, how are you?
Thanks very much. Listen, MATI is known as the place where people go when they need help to start a business. What types of people should be starting their own businesses as opposed to working for someone else?
First of all, we get on in the margins people who apply to MATI to start a business out of no choice, namely people who are unemployed a long period of time and they think, okay, perhaps entrepreneurship is my solution. But most of the people that apply are belonging to two main groups. Either young people who decide that this is their career and they want help in that field, or people that have been working as salaried persons before and decide to change career, to make a second career as independent operators. Of course, we have the group that may be most interesting to the listeners of this station, and that is people that are immigrating from other countries and have been either employed or private entrepreneurs in their previous countries. And now they want help to adjust to the new economy. And this is a lot of our applicants, and we know how to help them. And there are special helps, which I hope to get a chance to tell you later what kind of special assistance is available for these people.
Okay, why wait till later? Why don't you just tell us now what sort of help is available to immigrants, to new Olim?
Yes, okay, yes. Well, all the service, MATI is not a company, it's an NGO, it's a non-profit organization, and all our services are highly subsidized. But the people that are either immigrants, namely less than 10 years in the country, or returning residents, enjoy a really outstanding series of reductions that are really special. First of all, the most important thing is while a regular Israeli that wants to have a business plan done for him, it may cost him between 3,000 and 5,000 shekel. A new immigrant will pay 250 shekels only. Now, this is not a gift that we are giving to the immigrants. This is a decision of the State of Israel, and in more detail, the Ministry of Immigrant Absorption, to help immigrants by subsidizing business plans for them. So, and they are compensating us, not in the full amount, but in a high amount that is compensating for the same work that we are doing for the new immigrant or returning resident. Then there are we have courses of starting business and operating business, and some of them are in English. Usually the cost of participating in such a course is close to 1,000 shekel. For a new immigrant, 250 shekels, and the rest is covered by the government, and so on and so forth. So the initial meeting, usually you pay 100 shekel, a new immigrant pays 70 shekels. And a most important thing, you know that there is a system of business mentors that can accompany either a business or a person that is contemplating starting a business. And the Ministry of Immigrant Absorption through MATI puts at their disposal mentors free of charge. At the beginning, 8 hours, and then it can be further improved to up to 25 hours per immigrant. In other words, if you think that 1 hour is 200 shekels worth of a fee of the special business mentor, They are getting quite a substantial amount as a gift from the country in order to help them get started in their new way.
Wow, that sounds like a great service.
It is really outstanding incentives.
We are talking with Uri Scharf, who is the CEO of MATI, which is the Jerusalem Business Development Center, which helps people to start their own businesses, and as he was describing, certainly helps immigrants as well with business plans and with courses and with navigating through the business world with the help of mentors. People who want to be a mentor for MATI, people who have been in business here a long time, are you looking for those sorts of people, or who are they?
If the mentors are subsidized by a government program, there are requirements. Number one, they must have a degree in economics or business administration or a similar profession, and to have 10 years of actual business experience. In other words, a university professor in economics cannot be a mentor. You need to have practical business. If you have a second degree in these studies, then you may have sufficiently only 7 years of experience. But it's not enough. We actually observe very closely the people who work for us as mentors, and if we are not happy and we don't hear good information or good experience with such a mentor, we are not obliged to continue to employ him or her. So after a while, we get slowly to know who are the good, devoted mentors, and these are the ones that we are appointing for our customers.
Okay. How long has MATI been doing this?
Well, you're talking to history, because actually I was the person who established the first MATI in Israel.
Wow.
It was not my idea. It was the idea of the previous mayor of Jerusalem, Teddy Kollek, and it started 19 years ago. And then, following us, there was a pilgrimage to Jerusalem to learn the project, and today there are 25 such independent centers throughout the country in most of the big and medium-sized cities.
Wow. And are there examples of maybe some big companies that we all know today that started with MATI?
You mean like Microsoft? No, it's not from here. There are several businesses. Some of them employ. I'll give you just example. You don't need to have big companies. If you take in Mamila Mall, without mentioning names, some of the cafes that have opened with our help and our finance, they employ 70 people each. There are a few transportation companies. In the food, a lot of food businesses have been helped by us. If you go in Shlom Tzion, many of the bars and restaurants are a result of our assistance. We don't create anything. We just assist people to do what they want to do, but we help them to do it in the proper way. And if I may take another half a minute,
sure.
I'll tell you, it's not only a business plan. First of all, the most important thing that we do is that if people come to us with an idea that according to our experience and knowledge is wrong, we tell that to them in a polite manner, and in many cases we talk people out of wrong ideas, and by this we save them losses and aggravation and social shame and all these things. And for this you don't get medals, but we help a lot of people by avoiding them from doing wrong things. And then for the others, we help with a lot of work in what we call feasibility studies. We help them to approach sources of special finance for small businesses. We help them with courses, because we know that most of the failures in business in the world and in Israel are a result of mistakes that the business owners themselves do. So if we teach them how to do it, and we tell them where the stumbling blocks are and what to avoid and how to not to make mistakes, we help them in a great manner and to a great degree to increase their chances to succeed.
What about the issue that I think many businessmen I know, as a financial advisor, that's my day job, right? I only do the radio once a week, but a lot of my clients are businessmen. I would say probably one of the biggest concerns that they have is dealing with the Israeli tax authorities, with Mas Haknasa. How do you assist them with that? Or do you assist them with that?
No. First of all, there are quite a few population groups that are not so friendly with Mas Haknasa, to say it in a polite manner. And we are not the government, and we told them, don't tell them what to do, but we mentioned to them the risk that is involved in doing unofficial businesses.
Right.
But usually we recommend to entrepreneurs to take the services of an auditor or a book. If you're in a limited company, an audit incorporated, an auditor. If you're just an independent businessman, you can do it with a bookkeeper. This is less expensive, but these are the professionals that can really help you in getting along and doing the right thing and getting the right expenses that are recognized and all that.
I see.
But we don't go actually into this specific matter ourselves.
Okay. We have been talking with Uri Scharf, who is the CEO of MATI, which is the Jerusalem Business Development Center. It has certainly been around for a very long time, helping people who want to start their own businesses. Uri, perhaps you could just give us a final word, how people could learn more or get in touch with you. Yes.
I just want to tell you before that one sentence, and that is that through the 19 years that we exist, 35,000, about 300 new people come to us every month to get our advice. And about 35,000 people have been doing it throughout the years. 8,000 businesses have been established, and we have been helpful in mobilizing for these people more than 150 million shekels of loans. Now, if people want to apply to us, they can do it in two ways. Either calling us to the number 1-800-23-20-23, or to go to our internet site www.mati.org.il, and then they have it in English as well. If you want to apply, you can do it either by phone or by the internet site. And we usually, now we're on a holiday, but in regular times, within 3-4 days, you get a response.
That sounds great. Uri Scharf, thank you very much, A, for being on the show, and B, for helping all of these people start businesses.
Thank you, Doug, and I wish you Chag Sameach.
Chag Sameach. Bye now.
Bye-bye.
You've been listening to the Goldstein on Gelt Show with money maven Doug Goldstein. Doug's weekly radio show is heard around the world, but if you miss it, you can download the podcast at www.goldsteinongelt.com. The Goldstein on Gelt Show gives you up-to-date financial ideas so you can get on the path to financial freedom. If you'd like your questions answered on the air or off, send Doug an email to doug@profile-financial.com. It's your money for your future, so join Doug every week to build your wealth on the Goldstein on Gelt Show.